This is section 7.2, number 30. We're going to find the area of the regions enclosed by the lines and the curves. First we have the cosine of pi x divided by 2, and the period for a cosine or sine is 2 pi over k, and in this case k is pi over 2. So we can multiply the top and bottom by 2 and we get 4 pi over pi. The period now is 4. So to graph this, we make the fourth mark 4 on each side. And then sine, this is cosine. Cosine starts at 1, goes to 0, then to negative 1, back to 0, and up to 1. And then it does the same thing going to the left. The other function is 1 minus x squared. It has a y-intercept of 1, and it has zeros at 1. Now I graphed it as if it appears that cosine is above, but really sine is above, the cosine function is above. Now we can find that out on the calculator. Here's the two functions. The cosine being the thinner line and 1 minus x squared being the thicker line. And here it is graphed. Well, it's hard to tell in this view. Let's do a zoom box. With zoom box we have a lot of control over where we zoom in. And even with it very much zoomed in, it's hard to tell what's on top and what's on the bottom, but if you look very closely, the parabola is above cosine, which means we have to do the integral from negative 1 to 1. That's the points that they share, the intersection points. They even shared the point 0, 1, but if we the area in between the curves is going from negative 1 to 1. The bounded area is what I was trying to say. So the top function is the parabola, and the bottom function is cosine of pi x over 2 dx. The integral of 1 is x, the integral of x squared is 1/3 x to the third, and the integral of cosine is 2 over pi sine of pi x over 2. And we're evaluating from negative 1 to 1. Let's plug 1 in. We get 1 minus 1/3 minus 2 over pi times the sine of pi over 2. And then minus, when we plug a negative 1 in, we get negative 1 plus 1/3, as we'll have a negative 1 to the third and negative 1/3, and then minus 2 over pi times the sine of negative pi over 2. We have 1 minus 1/3 minus 2 over pi plus 1 minus 1/3. The sine of negative pi over 2 is negative 1. That means we have minus, minus, and minus. We have minus 2 over pi. We have 2 minus 2/3 minus 4 over pi. Now that's 6/3 minus 2/3 is 4/3 minus 4 over pi.